Today I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about one of the strangest days of my life. About 5 months ago, I was getting out of practice. It was September 17th. So I'm getting out of practice, I'm walking to my car, and my phone goes off. Look at my phone, it's my mom, I answer my phone. My mom was asking me if I could pick her up from work because my stepdad was in LA for an improv class that he was taking, and he wasn't going to be home until about 11:30. So I'm like, being the good son that I am, I'm like, all right, sure, I'll come pick you up. So I get in my car, I start up there. But the about 45-second conversation between me and my mom, I could kind of sense like a tone in her voice that, she was a little on edge, that there was something maybe like bothering her, but I, didn't really think anything of it. So I get in the car, I start driving, I get to her office, it's about 5:30, 6 o'clock. I walk in, I say hi to Kristen at the front desk, it's like the receptionist kind of, she says hi, whatever. I talk to her boss, Alex. He asked me how basketball's going. He's a really big basketball fan, so he was, always interested in, what I'm doing. So I get in my mom's office. Now, usually when I get in my mom's office, my mom will usually be like, hey, what's up? How was your day? How was practice? This and that. But today I walk into her office and she's just like, oh, what's up? And she just, keeps typing away, doing her work, and I'm just like, oh, okay. What did I do? I came to pick you up, right? So it's about 10, 15 minutes later, she finishes up her work, we get in the car, we start driving off, and she's still being really, really quiet. She's not saying anything, she's just kind of like, in her own like zone, and I'm like, all right, whatever. So we're about halfway home, and I decide to finally break the silence, and I ask my mom if she wants to go get some food, because my stepdad usually does the cooking around the house, and she doesn't like to cook at all, so she was like, sure, let's go to Chick-fil-A. So I'm like, all right. So we go to Chick-fil-A, we get there, we order, she's still being completely quiet and not talking at all. So at this point, I'm just losing my mind thinking to myself, okay, did I do something wrong? Did her and my stepdad maybe get into a fight? Did she have like a bad day at work? Like what's going on? So we order, there's about 2 cars in front of us and she's just being quiet. She's just on her phone, not saying anything, just completely ignoring me. It's like I'm not even there. I'm like, all right, I can't do this anymore. At this point, I'm losing my mind, I'm going crazy, so I'm like, all right, breaking the silence. So I go, all right, Mom, I've been your son for 19 years. I need you to, tell me what's up. I can tell there's something bothering you. You're being quiet. You're usually talkative. Talking to me about this, that. Talking to me, oh, there's a Clippers game on tonight. Let's watch it, this, that, and the other. And you're just being quiet. Like, I need to know what's up. So she just looks at me with, like, this concerned look on her face. Like, I'm like, what? What's that supposed to mean? Like, she's still not saying anything, so she goes, okay, I'll tell you, but you have to promise me that you will not tell anybody. You can't tell Mike, that's my stepdad, you can't tell, your aunt, you can't tell anybody. I haven't told anybody this. I'm like, all right, Mom, just, spit it out. What is it? So, no joke, as we're pulling up to the window for me to pay the guy, she looks at me and she goes, I think I might be pregnant. Now I just stop. And the guy, like, gives us our total or whatever, and I'm just like, yeah, sure. I stop and I look at my mom, and now if you guys have seen the movie Knocked Up, I'm pretty funny when it comes to things like this. I just look at my mom like with emotion, like what? She goes, no, like with a baby. I'm like, no. What? I'm like, Mom, you're 40, like that's not common. You guys were talking about no kids, So she was like, no. I'm like, are you absolutely positive? She goes, Kyle, when your boobs hurt and you're puking in the morning, I'm pretty sure you might be pregnant. I'm like, oh boy. So I'm like, all right, what do I need to do? She goes, okay, so we need to go to Walgreens. I'm like, all right, so we go to the Walgreens right across the street, and she goes in to go get a pregnancy test. I don't go in with her because my mom doesn't look 40, and people think sometimes, like, give us weird looks like, are they related? Are they, like, boyfriend, girlfriend? So I'm like, I'm not trying to make this look like I'm having a baby. Like, that's not good. So we go in, she goes in, she gets it, she comes out, whatever. We get home. First thing she does, hauls ass up the stairs, goes in her room, closes the door. I sit down and I start to eat. So I'm watching TV and I'm eating, no joke. It's like 5 minutes at this point. I'm losing my mind. So much is going through my head, like, she's pregnant, what are you talking? So I'm about to take a bite out of one of my sandwiches and the door literally just busts open. My mom goes, you're gonna be a big brother. And I'm like, what? I'm like, no, you're funny. She goes, no, seriously, you're having a little brother or sister. I'm like, what? I'm like, that's crazy. I'm like, you need to tell Mike about this. Like, this needs to happen. But the funny thing was, it was his birthday that day. So, he gets home at 11:30, and my mom has to sit him down and go, hey, guess what? I'm pregnant. And he goes, what? But anyways, that was probably one of the strangest, best days of my life because I found out that I'm going to be a big brother, and Vincent Michael should be born in about 3 months in April, so I'm pretty excited to be a brother, and it's one of the strangest, best days of my life.